right. Pause up, everybody. Welcome to Meowy Hour, presented each and every Wednesday by the Cat Fancier Association. I'm your host, Arden Moore, with one of my feline co-hosts, Pet Safety Cat, Casey. Also with me each and every week are my talented co-pilots. I'm speaking, of course, of All Breed CFA Judge Kathy Black and All Breed CFA Cat Judge and editor of Cat Knock. What's your name of your magazine? It's really hard to pronounce. Oh, Cat Talk. The one and only Teresa Kiger. Woo! And joining us to talk about the exotic breeds later on in the show is the breed secretary for the exotics, Lynn Cook. Welcome, Lynn. You got to clap. That's where you go, woo! And drum roll, please. We've got an amazing author with the world's strongest typing fingers. And I love her moniker because she writes books about cats and God. So from the divine to the feline, we have award-winning author Allia Zobel Nolan. Did I do it right? She's giving away some prizes, guys. We are most happy to announce that this show is brought to you by Pet King Brands, the makers of Zymox Meow and Brush Those Kitties' Teeth, Oratine, and they're going to be giving away some gift baskets too. So let's get this party started. So I was doing some work on watching my two cats sleep, Casey and Rusty. We know that our cats are like the Rip Van Winkles of the companion pet world. How many hours do you think on average cats sleep? What do you guys think? Just shout some numbers out. Kathy, on average, how often are your kitties sleeping a day?
Probably 17 hours.
Okay. Teresa, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to go for 18.
Okay, Lynn, unmute yourself. What do you think? How many hours do your kitties go? Unmute yourself. There
Okay,
you go.
16? 16?
Okay, Allia, what do you think?
I'd say about 11.
Okay, a lot more than any of us, right? Even combined in 2 days of sleep, right? They usually average between 12 and 16 hours a day plus naps. So that's why they don't have that wrinkle under their skin, right? They don't have any bloodshot eyes or anything. So I did a little diving in about cats and sleep, and I thought this might interest you. Just like us, they go through different sleep cycles when they're snoozing. So the rapid eye movement, REM, okay, and they go through non-REM. So some sleep researchers have found that cats dream during the REM sleep when their eyeballs are moving. Don't lift up their eye while they're sleeping, please. You might get meow, Claude. So they determined that when you see a cat twitch when they're sleeping, they're doing some kind of action in their dream. What would be something, do you think, Allia, a cat would be having an action moment in a sleep?
Running away from the dog.
Okay, good. Lynn, what would be something you would think?
Catching and killing something?
Okay, Teresa, what do you think?
Plotting world domination.
Spoken so well. All right, top one. Hard to top that one, Kathy. What do you think?
Running up a tree.
Okay, running up a tree. Cool. Now, sometimes when they're sleeping, guys, have you ever seen the little whiskers start moving?
Yes.
And these sleep researchers, who again are not able to interview their subjects, cats, to get the definitive answer, are giving us their best educated guess. They're saying that they are dreaming that they're walking through a very narrow opening.
Well, that's why the whiskers, because the cat doesn't go anywhere where their whiskers don't measure, where their whiskers.
Right.
Right.
I wish I had whiskers because it would really motivate me to lose weight.
Because they say they're as long as the widest part of you. So, you know, we don't want.
All right. Now, another thing. Yeah, another thing cats do while they're sleeping, have you ever heard them chattering?
Mhm.
So I've actually had Casey sleeping like this, and then I hear, have you guys done that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not you do it, but your spouse may have told you chatter like a cat. But what do you think chattering means?
That's when they see a prey, like a bird. That's when they chatter.
Yeah. I'll get you, my pretty, and the little robin too. Yeah, that's what they think, sleep researchers say. And finally, if you ever see them sleeping and they're moving their paws, what do you think the sleep researchers deduced the cat was doing? For indoor cats?
Running.
Making biscuits, yeah. Well, a lot of indoor cats now live vertically, and they think that that's them dreaming of climbing up their cat tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Isn't
I read
this
an
fascinating?
I read an article this week, in fact, that it said if your dog is dreaming, you're not supposed to wake them up because it could
Oh,
startle
no.
them
You get a
and you could get
startle
bitten.
response lands to.
Yeah.
that's
So I say it, let the sleeping cats lie too. You know,
yes.
let them have
They
their
are
dreams.
fascinating to watch. There are some cats like Rusty that sleep like this. He's
Wow.
like Superman. He has his paws out. And then there's other cats like Casey that sleeps like this. So he covers his eye and the tail is wrapped in, right? So they're just like us, they sleep differently. So that was just kind of get you going. I'm not going to try to make you fall asleep during this show. That wasn't the theme here. I was just trying to let you know, I wish I could sleep 12 hours. I can't remember the last time I slept for 12 hours. Do any of you, have any of you slept 12 hours in the last decade?
Not in the last decade, no. But
So
I
they
used to
got us
could.
Yeah,
I used to could. Yeah.
All right. One of the things that we've added to this show, guys, is called CFA Headline News. We're going to do that. We're going to do a trivia contest and award some prizes. And then we're going to get right into talking with our very special guest, Allia, and talk about a couple of books she has that she's going to give away an autographed copy of. And I love this too. We're going to talk about a new book called Why a Cat is Still Better Than a Man. She is happily married, by the way, so we'll find out more about that. But let's go ahead, Kathy, and take it away. Tell us a little bit about what's happened with the 2020 breed registration, I guess, for CFA, right?
Yes, I was just going to highlight the top 4 breeds for CFA for 2020. And we got some new numbers. I'm not going to give the actual numbers, just the breeds themselves. So in North America, the most registered breed of cat is the Persian. Next is Maine Coon, exotics, and then Ragdoll. If you go to Europe, the number 1 breed registered is the exotic, which, by the way, we're talking about the exotics later on today. Persians, Abbey, and then Devon Rexes. In China, the Ragdoll, they have really embraced that breed as their own, like national breed. So the Ragdolls outnumber 10-1. The British Shorthairs,
Really?
then the Devons, and then the exotics.
Wow.
Overall, with all the rankings of all the registrations that have come in, the Ragdolls
That
are
was
number
my
1.
drum roll. That's my drum roll.
Okay. Well, due to the many thousands of cats in China, the Ragdolls come in number 1. But second place is the exotic, then the Maine Coons, and then Persians. And the 5th is the British Shorthair. And that's driven a lot by China also. So just wanted to highlight those breeds. We've been talking about a lot of the minority breeds in the last several issues of Meowy Hour that we've had. So tonight we're going to talk about one that hits the top 3 no matter where you are, and that's the exotic breed.
Well, I kind of think it's great. China, I love that they love cats, and that's nice to see that. And,
Now they have some beautiful
language,
Ragdolls.
cat spells love in any language.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's test your feline mentalness. Last week, the question from the trivia was, what is that name on that triangle piece on a cat's ear called? And the answer is pinna. PINNA. And our sponsors, Pet King Brands, are going to give away some Oratine and Zymox. Kathy, take it away. Who's the winners?
Okay,
Who are the winners?
so let me share this screen. So the winner of the Zymox gift packet was Cheryl Boyer. She was the winner from last week. Yay, Cheryl. And then you asked a trivia question about our guest.
Yes.
Those two winners were Amy Johnson and Marna Riley. And I've not been able to reach Marna. Marna has like 4 names on her Facebook feed. So the first one's Marna, the last one's Riley.
Okay.
But Marna, send me an email, kathy.black@yahoo.com, or answer my messenger request that I sent you. But those were the winners that were chosen from last week.
And those are getting some cool cat supplements from our special guest last week, which was Rebecca Rose, a biochemist. Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. And founder of In Clover. She's a great lady, really loves cats and is doing all she can. We learned a lot. I learned the word EASE at the end of something is a certain way of describing different supplements. So I learned a lot from her. Obviously, I don't have the skill set to be a biochemist, so I'll stick with hosting Meowy Hour. All right, so let's test your trivia today. Up for grabs, again, is a gift basket containing Zymox and Oratine. And the Zymox, there's 2 things. There's an ear cleaner, guys, a shampoo, and a conditioner. Plus, the Oratine is a brushless toothpaste gel. Yay! So you keep your fingers while you're giving good feline dental health. We like that, right, guys?
Yes.
Count those fingers. All right, so here comes the trivia. We have a new president. I'm being non-partisan, but here's the question. We know that the Bidens have brought in Major and Champ, a pair of German shepherds. But Dr. Jill Biden has told her hubby, we need to have a cat in the White House. So I'm keeping my paws crossed. We're going to get a cool cat in the White House. I want to ask you, can you name the last cat to roam the White House? And get a little bonus if you name the president. So here are your choices.
I know.
What, Allia, go ahead and put your mute on if you would. Allia, go ahead and put your mute on if you don't mind.
I just tried to do it.
Okay, so is the name of the cat the last one to be in the White House, legitimately, because we don't know any other cats that might have been ratting around, you know. Was it A, Socks, B, India, C, Tom Kitten, or D, this is the full name, Misty Malarkey Ying Yang?
Oh, you want the last one, the most recent one?
Yes, the most recent cat to roam the White House, legitimately. Was it Socks, India, Tom Kitten, or Misty Malarkey Ying Yang? I wonder what that cat really came to. M.
Yeah.
All right, and I will give you a clue that this kitty's, India's nickname was Willie. Oh. And the kitty was a black kitty, a black cat. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Allia. So that's our trivia, and we don't give away the answer tonight because, Kathy, take it away.
Yeah, because we're going to pick winners later on in the week, usually around Sunday. Usually Sunday afternoon is when I look through all the comments. So put your comments into the comment section on the live Facebook feed. If you're watching this after Wednesday, it's okay. You have until about Sunday afternoon. So everybody type your answer in there and the winner will be chosen randomly.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And before we continue, Lynn, is there any way to put some light on your face because you look like you're in a shadow?
Hold on.
Just have the light come toward you, not behind you. Yeah. So drum roll, please. We've got an amazing best-selling author in the house tonight.
Is
Her
that
name
better?
is, yes. Well, now I see a light. It can't go behind you. It's got to go in front of you. So the light now is, you look like Jesus with a halo.
Ah!
There you go. There you go. That's better. That's better. Stop there. Okay. There. Stop. Stop. Right there. Don't move. Because then we'll get the light. There you go. Sorry, guys. All right. So Allia Zobel Nolan, you're going to see a theme when we speak with her today, because most of her pets' names have like 3 or 4 names. And I think that's hilarious. But she's a great gal. She's a major advocate for cats. She's a member of the Cat Writers Association, but she has her 2 loves when she writes, God and cats. And that's why we described her from the divine to the feline. And we're going to keep going, but Allia, you're trying to create a website. Tell us your dilemma when your 2 areas of expertise are books on religion and books on fur babies that purr. Take it away, Allia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Am I coming through there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Now, the problem was I do a lot of children's books. I do a lot of Bible-based books. I do inspirational books for adults, like the Worry Warts prayer book and whatever.
I need that.
Yes. Believe me, it did very well last year. 2020 was a good year for worrying. And what I was trying to do was put all my books together on one website. But I said, people who are cat lovers might not really be into religion, and people who are into religion might not like cats. So it was a conundrum for me, because how do you put these 2 together? And then the light went off, and I said, from the divine to the feline. I said, that works. So, people know in my introduction, I say that those are the 2 subjects that you'll see. And on my website there, I have a lot of different books, mostly humor books and books about cats. I've written about 12 books for cats, and I have 1 dog book.
Okay.
So,
hey, and speaking of that, guys, we want you to all go to alliawrites.com, and that's ALLIA Writes, WRITES.com. I know that Teresa will pop that up on our Facebook chat, but she's got a lot of great books. But in your home, this is a drum roll big news. You and your husband, Desmond, have always had cats, cool cats. But tell us, you have a newly adopted pet named Miss Kitty, who is a what?
Dog. As they say in New York, DAWG, a dog.
Oh,
A dog.
And you named your dog Miss Kitty?
Well, here's the rub. What we did was we rescued this dog, and her name was Priscilla. And I didn't, supposedly, she was a rescue, and the police picked her up as a stray. So we really didn't know what her name was. So my husband and myself are used to calling the cats, here, kitty, here, kitty. So my husband started calling the dog, here, kitty. So I said, that's what we'll name her. So her name is Kitty, and it's Miss Kitty formally. Miss Kitty.
Okay, and so you're not going to have any problems with canine identity confusion?
Canine confusion? Well, here's the thing. Desmond is calling Kitty, come on, Kitty, we have to go out, come on. And the cats come. So it's like the cats and the dog, and it's like, it's like, it's going to work its way out. The one problem or challenge, I should say, that we had was, I've never really wanted a dog. Let's be truthful. I've never really wanted a dog, but my husband is from Ireland, and he had a dog once, and they all have dogs at Ireland, or all the relatives and whatever.
And they all have pints too, right?
Oh, sure. You have to have a pint. Lunch up.
Mine is actually a Diet Coke, but yeah. Okay.
Mine
So
is
you're
actually
being
white
nice
tea.
to, yeah, you're being nice to Desmond. That's cool.
Oh.
But how are the cats responding to Miss Kitty who barks?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, Miss Kitty doesn't bark.
Nice.
Now, when I was looking for dogs, I went on and I said, we want a dog that isn't in your face, that doesn't hump your leg, that doesn't bark or doesn't bark a lot. And so the rescues kept saying, well, dogs bark. That's what they do. So I said, well, no, I don't want to do, I have to write, I need quiet, blah, blah, blah. Well, Miss Kitty, it seems, was in a kennel all the time, or in a cage, and she was, the vet said she's had many, many litters. And my dog groomer said that to keep the dogs quiet, they would often spray them with water. And so to keep them from, because this dog has not said a peep since it's been here, 7 weeks. And I
know what the first thing she's going to do when she finally does make a sound, it's going to be meow.
Exactly. Yeah. So, to me, this dog is from heaven because it doesn't bark. It sits in one place all day long. My husband takes it out, and like today it wagged its tail. I was so happy. I was like taking my journal. Today, Kitty wagged her tail. It's like.
So you're going to have your next book called the kitty who
the kitty who barked. The kitty who never barked.
Yeah, the kitty who barked. No, actually, this kitty is afraid of blue bins that you put the recycling out. She's deathly afraid. So I am going to have a children's book, Miss Kitty and the Blue Bin.
Okay, all right. You heard it here first on Meowy Hour, guys.
Yes.
But let's talk about some of you've got some kitties that are pretty cool. I want us to first introduce your black beauty named Nolan.
Nolan.
You guys get it? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Nolan.
Well, I've always had a black cat because it seems like the rescues always say black cats are not that adoptable because of all people thinking that they're, the devil's favorite or this or that. And so I always I love black cats. So I've always had a black cat. So I lost the cat and I wanted a black cat. So I went online and I was looking at all these cats and everything. And I didn't want a kitten because you really need, hello. I see your cat over there, Arden.
Yeah, he's coming. Come on, Rusty.
So I saw this cat and I really liked online. But when I went to the rescue, the cat was a little bit too rambunctious because I had a senior cat.
Yeah.
Who was, here she is. Here's the little girly cat. Gotcha. Woo! Here she is, little girly cat.
And this is Girly Cat, which has also got 700 names, starting with the name Colleen.
Colleen, Fiona, Shannon, Nolan. But to get back to Nolan,
yes,
I went to the rescue, and the cat was too rambunctious. It was a beautiful cat, perfect cat, but it was too rambunctious for my senior. They wouldn't have gotten along, and so I was very despondent. And I went out, and I happened to look over, and I see this, and I didn't want a kitten. I did not want a kitten, and I see this little ball of fluff, of black fluff, and I was like, just keep walking, Kate. Get away from the cage. Just keep walking. Exactly. So then I turned around and there was Nolan, and his name on the bottom was Nolan. So I said,
everybody,
this is one of our relatives.
Name? Nolan.
So I said, this is like one of our relatives, So I called my husband. I said, you must come down and see this cat. So he said, why? Because you're going to get it anyway. So just, just bring it home. So we brought the cat home, and he is a monster. He is too much. But anyway, I was so afraid that he was going to, because he's the male, he's the dominant one. He runs after the female all the time. And
Yeah.
I thought that there's going to be a real big problem with the dog, but Nolan went up to the dog and sniffed him, and the dog sniffed Nolan, and nothing, you know.
Good. You know, in my house we have 3 dogs and 3 cats, and cats are gods, and dogs know it, and they all get along very well. They each have paired off. Rusty's favorite is Rusty really likes our little dog Emma, who's 9 pounds. They're about the same size, same age. Casey really likes our 90-pound dog Bujo, and our black cat Mikey really loves our medium terrier mix Kona. So it's so cool. At night, Kona gets a free grooming by 15-year-old Mikey every night. We try not to let Mikey comb our hair, because otherwise it would look like this. So let's talk about your books. Yeah, you one of your books is called Women Who Still Love Cats Too Much. And for anybody that's a Sylvia fan, the artist, Nicole Hollander, this is the one that our beautiful guest author teamed up with. Tell us about Women Who Still Love Cats Too Much. What does that all mean?
Well,
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
I wrote a book called Whoa, hello.
She's going to show the book. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
So
go ahead and keep talking. We got you. Okay.
Initially, I wrote a book called Women Who Love Cats Too Much, and that was about, I want to say, 10 years ago. And I decided it needed a redo because there's a whole new bunch of people, of cat lovers, or Aurelia-philes, or however you say that word, cat lovers. And so we redid the book, and rather than saying, you know, women who still love cats too much, I mean, who love cats too much.
Hang on a minute. You're out. Hang on. Your Wi-Fi is coming in and out. I'm just. I want to make sure you're frozen right now. Don't worry, I won't sing the song Frozen.
No, she looks okay to me. Say something, Allia.
Okay, go ahead, Allia.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. Well, I'm having trouble. We have trouble with our Wi-Fi here sometimes.
Okay.
Anyway, so I wrote that book. Wait a minute, I'm getting kind of. I wrote the book, and Nicole did a new cover for it, and we republished it. And HCI, Health Communication, the Chicken Soup people, they picked it up.
Nice.
And so I've been really blessed in terms of I've done mostly everything with publishers, but you know, and they take care of everything. But this year I did 2 books. This book, Why a Cat is Still Better Than a Man. That book, I did myself. I self-published, and so
and
that
the other book. Well, let's go first to this one. Why are cats better than men? What's the deal there? You're happily married for how many years to Desmond?
25.
Okay. So what did he think when you said, honey, I got a new title for a book?
Well, this is actually another redo of an older book. This is a redo of a book called 101 Reasons Why. Woo! Here we go. 101 Reasons Why a Cat is Better Than a Man.
Can you share a couple examples?
A cat is not interested in cleavage unless it's big enough to sleep in. A cat would never hang a moose head in the living room.
That's
A cat,
go ahead.
A cat thinks you should have lots of shoes. Let's see. Cats don't mind if you tell them the same story over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, and cats need you, K-N-E-E-D, need you. So, and cats don't wear baseball hats backwards. So there's a lot of things. And yeah, my favorite is the cleavage doesn't interest a cat unless it's big enough. sweet. I love that. I love my own.
Where do you get these examples? Are you just like grocery shopping one day and go, oh, cleavage, I got to put that in my book?
No, things come to me. I'm ADD, as if you haven't already guessed that.
I got that.
Things come to me. I'm like, oh, I'm talking to Arden. Squirrel, it's like,
Squirrel.
it's like.
Well, it's good that you're not a brain surgeon, because we would be in a lot of trouble.
I would be in a lot of trouble, believe me. And my sainted husband, I'll be saying one thing and then I'll start talking about something else. And so he says to me, can I buy a vowel? He's got a good sense of humor. You'd have to have a good sense of humor to be married to me, but
I like it but there's real men love cats, and I'm assuming you've got one with Desmond. So is there anything that you could show that why real men love cats?
No.
Let's try to help you write your next book.
The thing is, Desmond has been very patient and the cat Colleen is like a Velcro cat. She's always with me. Of course, now she's not, but she's always with me. And Desmond is like, here, kitty, and he puts his hand out, and the cat just looks at him and takes off. And so he's like, now that the dog is Velcroed to him, it's like payback because I go to the dog and I say, oh, hi, kitty, and the dog like moves away from me and goes towards Desmond. But I really like this dog. She's such a nice dog. My gosh.
Well, when she feels safe, that coonhound in her is gonna say hello to you like this.
Yeah. That's what people were saying, I'm so glad.
She's waiting till she gets in, and I bet she'll probably teach your cats how to howl.
Oh no. Oh my God.
But no, it's all good.
I hope not.
So let's talk about the book, Women Who Still Love Cats Too Much.
We talked about that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying we talked about men. We haven't talked about that book. That book is people, I want to get rid of this moniker of crazy cat ladies. I think we should be cool cat ladies. I think it's pretty cool to have cats in our lives. So from your book, Women Who Still Love Cats Too Much, who's your audience?
Here she is. Everyone, really, everyone, because as soon as people see the title, with me, the title and the cover is the most important thing. This book, we'll come back to this, Women Who Love Cats Too Much, but this book, Cat Confessions. Oh,
yeah, I love that book. I have that book.
Kitty Come Clean Tell-All book. It won this humongous award. I don't know if you can see it. It's a book.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh my goodness. It's like you can do bicep curls with this thing, it's like unbelievable. So they gave me this, the publisher gave me this because we sold 135,000 copies of this little baby book here.
And they weren't all your relatives, right?
Right. No, they weren't all my relatives. The thing is, the cover of this book is like
Cat Confessions. Yeah, it's a great cover.
The minute anybody sees the cover, they buy it. The thing with cats and all these books is that they're so easy to write about because they do such fun things. And as far as religion goes and God goes, you look at the cats and they're grooming themselves and the sun comes down and their fur looks like spun silver. And it just makes you really realize how wonderful the creation is. But on the funny side, they do such ridiculous things. They groom themselves in the middle. You're going to have dinner with people from Ireland and you set a nice table and the cat goes in the middle there and starts grooming herself. It's like
you never run out of material, do you?
No, you don't.
Well, I'm
really-
laughing because your cat is not on your lap. Girly cat, Colleen, is perched above you on the back of your chair.
Let's see. There she is.
Yeah, and she's going, that's my best side. No, this is my best side. No, this is my best side, or maybe the back side is my best side. So obviously our energy she's reading means that we come in peace.
She sits there, but mostly she sits over. She likes warmth. She's a very short-haired cat, and she likes warmth. So she sits on the gratings of the heat gratings, and she also sits on my laptop. You know, where the heat comes from, and that's what. Oops. Sorry, technical difficulties.
No, we hear you. We see you.
Okay, that's why, you know, a lot of times all kinds of things go wrong with my computer because she's like sitting on there and then she'll put one paw on there and, you know, start writing her own novel.
Control, Alt, delete.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They're not
But
very good spellers.
She is such a sweetheart. She sleeps with me like right here, like right on my head.
Aw.
So,
Hey, one of your other books that you're going to give away today is Everything I Learned About the Rat Race. What's that about?
can you see it?
Yep, stop, hold it. And
Okay.
we're going to have,
I'll show a picture of it.
Kathy's going to show it on screen. Keep talking. Tell us a
Okay.
little bit about this book.
Okay, everything I know about the rat race I learned from my cat is for business people, and you know, one of the things is, as I said before, you know, don't clean yourself in the middle of a meeting and get a corner office, and it has a lot to do with business people. I would really like it.
Okay, I think we just lost you.
Do it in the whole, not your office. You know, it's all, and then you know, don't bring home tuna in your briefcase. You know, stuff like that. It's all for business people. It's a fun book.
Allia, we lost you. You hit the video button for some reason. Either that or you just became a black cat.
I see her fine.
Pardon?
Oh, you see her? I don't see her.
Yeah.
Oh, there
No,
she is. Okay.
but her video, I mean, her audio is garbled. So,
All right, so-
I take it that book is about workplace, more workplace
The workplace.
humor. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is about. No.
Give us a couple
Yeah,
examples.
it's all about. If you notice a bug on the wall in your boss's office, don't just stare. Excuse yourself and go eat it.
Okay, that's a good one. Give us another one, Allia.
It's not professional to relieve yourself on your exit interview, on your exit interviewer's rug.
Okay.
Let's see. If
That
you
would
have to
not
hiss
leave a
and
good
spit,
impression.
close the door to your office.
If you have to what?
If you have to hiss and spit, close the door to your office.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, when people come, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go,
it's
give
all
us
right.
another one. That's good. You got gems.
Okay, walk all over everyone, but don't let them step on you.
Well,
Okay.
Kathy, you're an all-breed judge. What do you think about her advice for workplace success?
Well, I don't think you should be relieving yourself in public, no matter where you are. But
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so great. So guys, we're going to give away, if I can get this right, Allia, correct me if I'm wrong. We're giving away an autographed copy of Everything I Learned About the Rat Race. I learned from my cat. And
Right.
the other book is Women Who Still Love Cats Too Much.
Right.
So what we're going to do, don't say this word anymore, Allia. I want to see if people were paying attention. we know that your newly adopted pet is a dog named Miss Kitty. But what is the main breed, everybody, of that dog? Go ahead and answer it on Facebook. You have a few days. Kathy will gather it up, and Kathy will send you, Allia, the name and the mailing address of the lucky winners. There's going to be 2. And
Okay.
we want to, don't say the name, but what's the name of her dog's breed? The dog is named Miss Kitty. And put that in there, and you can get an autographed copy from a gal who's written almost 200 books. That's
Yikes.
cray-cray. That's applause worthy.
That's
And
amazing.
guys, she has won awards. She's everybody wants to hear her talk. She's got cat wit, and she wears it well.
Thank you.
I mean, really, I'm sober and I'm laughing. What do you think of it, Kathy? Some of her, I like the cleavage one. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, I need to get some of her books. That she's hilarious. You're hilarious, Allia.
Thank you.
And guys,
I
she has
tried.
publishers, but like all of us writers, she now has a self-published book, and it's called Why a Cat is Still Better Than a Man. So
Right.
if you go to alliawrites.com, I'm betting you can order your book from there. Is that right, Allia?
You can order it from Amazon.
Oh, yeah, Amazon, the king of all. Yeah. So we're going to have you stick around, but right now we're going to shift gears, and we're going to have Lynn Cook, who is the breed secretary for the CFA's Exotics, team up with Kathy while I temporarily go off screen to get ready to make you guys all the marvelous Bloody Mary. All right, take it away, ladies. And hang on, Allia, because we're going to have fun. Go ahead. Kathy?
Okay. Well, so I have not shown this to Lynn before now, but we're going to wing it here. Let me get my PowerPoint going. And am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're going to talk about the exotics. Lynn, why don't you just give us a little bit about yourself and I've got a couple pictures off your website, but you can talk about your cats. Just kind of describe the exotic for us.
Well, I've been breeding a really long time, probably over 30 years. I started with Himalayans, and someone at a show gave me a CPC exotic and for free, a friend, and I said, well, what the hell, let me try it. And I really didn't know, and then I had a litter of 5. 2 of them granded, and I got hooked. So little by little, I started breeding exotics, and I never looked back. They're very, very addictive. They're extremely sweet. They have the look of the Persian, but a little bit less maintenance. Not to say they don't shed and require maintenance, because they do, but they're definitely, I find, less exhausting as far as the grooming.
You know, it's kind of funny. They call it the lazy man's Persian because you don't have to deal with all the coat, but now we call it the working woman's Persian, right? Because they really do have that teddy bear look. They conform to the standard, the same as the Persian in every way, except for the coat length. But they do have that very plush, dense coat, and they come in lots of different colors and patterns. And you talk about the CPC or the color point carriers. The first time I ever saw a seal point exotic, it reminded me of a teddy bear that I had as a child. And I didn't know cats came like my teddy bear was. And I tried really hard to find a picture of my teddy bear on the internet and couldn't find one anywhere. But anyway, but I think the exotics are very sweet also. They have a very sweet temperament. How would you describe your cats at home?
Absolutely. They do not like to be alone. I never recommend people just get one. Usually they like to be not necessarily carried around, but they always want to be around the action. And when they want attention, they will be sure to demand attention. But otherwise, except for kittens, of course, they're pretty chill. You're not going to find them hanging from your chandeliers.
No.
I just find them to be the most wonderful companions.
But they're very playful. They do like to play when you show them a toy.
Especially, they are mischievous. Don't be, fooled. They definitely will get into trouble, but it's nothing you can't handle.
Well, it seems like the bicolors are probably the most popular colors, but they come in all different colors. I've had just a brown tabby boy here at the very beginning. The first picture was a bicolor. And then here's a couple of girls that are in the patch tabby and the calico, a brown patch tabby, with like these girls here. They come in the dilute colors also, so you can have blues and creams, like we have blue creams here. And I just think their faces with the little round, cozy faces and those beautiful deep copper eyes, I think they just really are so striking. And you can see why they're one of our more popular breeds that we have. She was talking about the color point cats. They do come in the Siamese color genes. Here we have a flame point on a blue point. And I love this picture that I grabbed off your website, Lynn. So thank you for letting me steal it. I just want to point out that sometimes we do have, because these cats can cross back to the Persian, you can produce long hairs out of an exotic. And those exotic long hairs are shown in CFA in the Persian class, but they're scored as an exotic long hair. So we have the one long hair kind of rising up over these others in the background. Just wanted to point that out to people that you may hear the term exotic long hair, and that's what it is. It's a long-haired cat that has an exotic as a parent.
Right.
Anything else you want to add?
Not really. If you have any questions or.
Have you got a cat handy?
It ran away, and then I didn't want to leave and be rude, but sorry.
Can Rusty pretend to be an exotic? Can Rusty pretend to be an exotic?
Yes,
they're beautiful,
absolutely.
He says.
His nose is too long.
Oh man! I'm gonna be a mutt cat all my life. I find the exotics so fascinating, Lynn, and I bet it's you're the breed secretary. So what does that mean?
That basically means that there's a standard for every breed, and I'm a representative of any changes that we might want in the breed. I have to write up a proposal which breed council members have to vote on, and if it passes, then it goes to the board and gets ratified. Like I just did a proposal in this ballot that we accept bicolor and white. Pointed and white. So that would actually be the pointed cat with white. So it's almost like a ragdoll color. Actually, it's just like the ragdoll coloration, but on the exotic breed. And it's very popular in Europe. And when you get one that's marked properly, it's stunning. So it did pass.
Did it pass the breed council? Did the breed council approve it?
It absolutely did, pretty overwhelmingly.
Okay,
so
she represents all the breeders. Yeah, she represents all the breeders to the board for that breed. The breeders that are registered and have actually met the qualifications to be on the breed council.
Yeah.
So she is the spokesperson for those people to the board of directors. And the February board meeting coming up next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, is breeds and standards typically is discussed during that board meeting. So the board will ratify that, and it'll probably take effect in May of this year when the new show season starts.
Hey, we have breaking news here on Meowy Hour. We have breaking news here on Meowy Hour. Hey guys, we're getting near the end of the show. We've got a few things. We're going to talk about the CCW. We're going to talk about how you can be the best pet ally for your kitty. And then we're going to make you the Meowvelous Bloody Mary. Yep, I'm a licensed bartender. But first, let's talk about companion cat world. And Allia, you should do this for your kitties. You got to make them card-carrying members of CCW.
Okay.
Right. So CCW stands for Companion Cat World, and it's CFA's program to recognize the non-pedigreed cat. And when you upload a picture and register your cat, the one-time fee is $13 per cat. You get a card with your cat's picture on it. This is Lola, and it has Lola's name. You can also get a luggage tag, which is really nice to put on the cat carrier. So when you take your cat to the vet, they know this cat goes in this carrier.
There you go.
Or you can get little key rings. So anyway, go to cfa.org/CCW and you can register your cats today.
Hey, I can make a necklace and then I could walk around the grocery store with my CCW card.
You know what? I want to have some business cards and I can just hand to somebody that's got a cat saying, look, you can register your cat. Here's
I like that. But the bottom line is, I love that the CFA is recognizing all cats. And anybody that's lucky to have a cat or more in their home, like all of us here today, we have a perfect life. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
No, it was good.
Yeah, we want at this time to talk about, let's talk about pet first aid. I wear a lot of collars in the pet world. One that I'm very passionate about is helping you keep your cats and dogs safe. So I teach a veterinary approved pet first aid class. My website, I think we're going to show that picture. It's Pet First Aid, the number 4 and the letter U. We're going to show it with Casey and Rusty, our co-host. We have, because of COVID, all my classes right now are being taught live via Zoom. And the next class is a 3-hour cat-only class, a pet first aid class, which will be on February 25th. But for you all that may have dogs too, hint, hint, Allia, we have a dog and a cat first aid class coming up that will be February 21st. And you will get a 2-year certificate. You'll get a download course book. I will actually show you how to do things with your own pets with the help of my cats and my dog, Kona. If we can break back to the live screen. One thing I want to share with you today, I thought I'd give you a cat or dog first aid tip each show. So here's my cat first aid and dog first aid kit. You guys see this? We've been living with this, haven't we? These little hand sanitizers, which are trying to kill the coronavirus. Unfortunately for our kitties and our dogs, their paw pads, they have a different physiology. Do me a favor. In your haste to clean and kill the germs, do not wipe your pet's paws with hand sanitizers. You will cause problems, respiratory problems, cracking of the paws. A little warm water and soap does the trick, but good for us, bad for our pets. What do you think of that tip, Kathy?
I think that's very wise because that's also not to be ingested, and animals will lick their paws. And also the cat paws, and I'm sure the dog paws are also very absorbent to anything. Yes. You have to be careful when you mop your floors with bleaches and cleaners. You have to be careful the animals don't walk on it. So I think that's a very wise suggestion.
A cat and a dog, they don't have skin pores like us. They sweat through their paw pads. Mm-hmm. So you're cleaning your kitchen counter, you're cleaning your kitchen island and your floors. Now, none of us have ever trained a cat to not jump up on a counter. Come on, let's be realistic. They're like, oh, really? Oh, good for you. One person in the world. Allia will be writing a book about you.
Okay.
But the point is, guys, the ammonia and bleach in common household cleaners does take care of the coronavirus. However, keep your dogs and cats in another room closed off with keep busy toys, bedding. You know, cats sleep 12 to 16 hours a day. Wait till all that surface is completely dried before the kitties and doggies get to walk about, because you can cause dizziness, vomiting, respiratory issues, damage to their mucous membranes. So they are saving us during COVID, our sanity. So let's save them by not having them around when you're doing your cleaning. Right, Kathy?
Yes, I couldn't have said it better. Excellent.
All right. So we're going from danger to drinking. How about that?
Okay.
One of my favorite recipes I make is every Sunday morning before we watch CBS Sunday morning, Julie and I make a Bloody Mary. Now, we've all made Bloody Marys, and there's a lot of variations, but I'm going to have a meaty Bloody Mary. I like a Bloody Mary that has a lot of stuff in it. As this illustration shows, this is the recipe. And guys, go to the CFA's Facebook page. You can grab this recipe, and we all want to give a big round of applause. This graphic, this design is done by the multi-talented Teresa Kiger. Teresa, thank you again for doing this great. It looks perfect. So when you do a Bloody Mary, it's easy. You start with a glass of ice. Unlike last week, there's no ice cream, so I don't think Casey and Rusty are going to come running. All right. This is where you get to do a drink where you eyeball. I love this. So there's different kinds of tomato juice. I like the Bloody Mary mix with a little kick. This one has a little horseradish in it. How much do you put in? Well, you fill a glass of ice and you put about, just starting the Bloody Mary right here. Then you add the vodka, your choice. And you add about 1, 2, oh, it's Sunday, who cares? And then you top it again with the Bloody Mary. Now, sometimes I've seen people take like a club soda and add a little water to it. But when you put the tomato juice, vodka and tomato juice, and then stir it around, you have a better mix. So every sip is nice. Can't do a Bloody Mary without a celery, right? So I've got my stock. Now, when I do my skewer, you can put anything on it. I like to have the last bite something that's refreshing. So I put the tomato on the inside. I have Gouda cheese because Gouda good. And I have turkey pepperoni because I'm trying not to eat beef, so I'm faking myself out. It's turkey. And then whatever your favorite olive is, I love olives with almonds in it. You put it in there, but you're not done. Key to a good Bloody Mary is to add a little lime, add a little Worcestershire, and then celery salt.
Oh.
Weird, a pinch of celery salt. And you put it in and you mix it up. And at this point, I ask all of us to raise a glass. We need to toast all cats, purebred and mutt cats. They are responsible for keeping us sane, keeping us smiling, keeping us healthy. So let's toast to all cats.
Yay.
Oh man, that's so good. And then later I have my breakfast.
Well, yes, that's quite a adornment on that. I like
So what
that.
do you
Put in
guys
the
think?
celery. Is it celery salt or just celery?
Celery salt, yep. Little
Yeah.
celery salt. What do you guys think?
Little Tabasco?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds
now-
great.
This one has horseradish in it, so I
Wow.
don't put Tabasco in it, but I do Worcestershire.
Okay.
So if you ask any bartender what kind of Bloody Mary, they all have their own specialties. That's mine that I like to make. We have a couple minutes left, so we need to wrap this up. First of all, let's give a big shout out to our very special guest, best-selling author, Allia Zobel Nolan, and her cats and her dog. Let's give a shout out to Lynn Cook, the breed secretary for the exotics. We really appreciate you being on our show. I can't do this show without our co-pilots, the very talented Kathy Black and Teresa Kiger. Casey and Rusty are grooming themselves right now, but they say, hey. We also want to do a thanks to the CFA, Cat Fancier Association, for hosting this show. And we give a special pause up to our sponsors, Pet King brand, the makers of Zymox and Oratine. Next week, our special guest is going to be, let me see if I got it. Oh, where is it? Oh yeah, she's making a repeat visit. The talented Stacy LeBaron of Community Cats Podcast is going to be here talking about a couple of events she has for community cats, and they're sponsored by the CFA, right? So until next time, we want us all to raise a glass for cats, be good to them, and we will see you next Wednesday, same cat channel, same cat time. Thank you all for stopping in.
Bye.
Bye.